And a pleasant good evening, everyone, from Charlottesville. It's time for Charlottesville Tom Sox baseball in the Valley League. Tonight, the homestanding Tom Sox will host the Front Royal Cardinals. I'm Alex Inman, along with Alex Rocco. It's Alex with two X's tonight on the call, as the Tom Sox are home in third place in the Valley League with a record of 10-7. They're 2 games out of first, and the Cardinals coming in with a record of 11-10. In 7th place as it stands right now. They are 3 games behind in a jumbled Valley League standings with all the recent rainouts. Many teams have played more games than some others, and it's kind of a mess, Alex, right now. But now we're having a nice little run of good, albeit smoky weather. Good to get the games in for starters.
That's exactly right. And you mentioned just a lot of teams jumbled up in that middle of the VBL standings, and you have to give a lot of that to the rainouts, but it feels good to have baseball again back here in Charlottesville. Had a string of rainouts last week, but Charlottesville picked up a massive win last night. Derek Williams crushed a 3-run home run in the 7th inning, and that provided all the spark that this offense needed as they picked up a crucial 3-2 victory, which snapped the 2-game losing streak. So hopefully they can build on that momentum from Williams' home run last night and take it into tonight.
It'll be Zach Root on the mound tonight for the Tom Sox, the lefty out of East Carolina, taking on a Cardinals lineup, and we'll go through it real quick as we're just moments away from the first pitch. Blaze O'Sabin will lead it off in center field for the Cardinals. He's out of Georgia Gwinnett College. Batting second will be the second baseman Brody Papel. He's out of Florida A&M. In the third place in the lineup tonight is Brody Black, the right fielder out of Coppin State. Cleanup hitter is the DH, Brantley Willis. He's from Chipola. The 5th hitter is Nicholas Capozzi, the left fielder out of Gardner-Webb. In the 6th hole, it's Drew Camp, the third baseman from Longwood. Gardner-Webb's Carter Ruff plays first base and bats 7th. Batting 8th, it's Daniel Stevens, the shortstop out of Longwood. And batting 9th, it'll be Brock Mercado, the catcher from UNC Asheville. On the mound tonight for the Front Royal Cardinals, it'll be Cole Schiff, the lefty out of UNC Asheville. We're about ready to go as our first batter of the night steps into the box. It's Blaze O'Sabin to face the Tom Sox Zach Root. Ben Robertson behind home plate. The umpire says we're ready. And first pitch on the way, taken for a strike. We are underway at 7:04 p.m. on a partly cloudy but smoky, hazy night. It's 83 degrees in Charlottesville at CHO Airport Field. Ready with the 0-1, and it's outside. Count even at 1-1. Zach Root right in the middle of the rubber. The lefty winds, delivers, and there's a fastball down the middle. It's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to our leadoff batter, Blaze O'Sabin.
This is Root's 3rd appearance on the season. He's pitched in 5 innings so far, and has pitched really well, only allowing 1 earned run in those 5 innings.
The 1-2 is fouled straight back. Salvi Alvarez behind the plate again tonight for the Tom Sox. The battery mate of Zach Root, who goes into the wind, and the 1-2. Swung on in the dirt, gets away from Alvarez. He'll round it up. The throw to first base is knocked down, I think, by the runner, O'Sabin, who is safe at first. That might have hit him in the helmet as he went by the first baseman for the Tom Sox, Alex Boucher.
It was a great breaking pitch from Root, getting O'Sabin to chase and expand the zone, but the ball just squeaks past Alvarez and made some contact there, and now O'Sabin, despite striking out, stands on first base.
So it's a strikeout and a wild pitch, and O'Sabin's aboard, and here's Brody Papel for the Cardinals, left-hand hitter. Pitch on the way, and there's a called strike. Alvarez didn't have to run that far for the ball, maybe 8-10 feet, but he threw it kind of inside of where he wanted to, and I think that's where he ran into trouble. And quick throw over. O'Sabin back sliding. At the belt is Zach Root. 0-1 on the way, and that's a curveball in for strike 2. Ahead in the count here, 2 batters in a row, is Zach Root. O'Sabin takes his lead from first. Root eyes him a second time, and the pitch on the way, and that's high for ball 1.
Root has done a nice job in the first 2 batters of establishing his breaking pitch early. That's the pitch that he used to O'Sabin to get that strikeout in the first 2 pitches. Went with the off-speed pitch, looking like he's having more control of that here tonight.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Brody Papel, and a quick throw over to hold O'Sabin close. Root waves off a sign, and another from Alvarez, and now he's at the belt and ready. Alvarez setting up outside, and the 1-2 is low and away. It's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Could tell that Root and Alvarez weren't really on the same page there, as Root shook him off a couple of times, and that's what you get in the Summer League. A lot of these guys haven't worked together as battery mates, so you just have to find that chemistry out on the mound.
And another throw over. O'Sabin is back. He's getting a healthy lead over there. And 1 foot to the edge of the cutout, the lead right foot for O'Sabin. That's a good 3 or 4 step lead, so I certainly understand why Root wants to keep him close. And another throw over, and that one's closer, but he's back head first sliding.
Well, O'Sabin is a major threat on the base passes, swiped 7 bases so far, so it definitely makes sense that Root is keeping a close eye out on him.
And 1 more throw over, and he's back safely. Root also here kind of mixing it up in his throws over to first base. He had a quick snap throw. He's had a couple just to keep him close. That last one was much more aggressive. Now he's at the belt. The count is 2-2 to Papel. Long hold, and now the pitch comes. Swing and a miss. He swung through it. First strike 3, and that's the first out of the first inning.
It's a big strikeout there for Zach Root. Mixed in with a lot of pickoff moves, but a good job just to bear down and get the hitter Papel.
That'll bring up Brody Black, the right fielder for the Cardinals. Black is a right-hand hitter out of Coppin State. Canadian. He is from Stouffville, Ontario. Steps in, and the pitch on the way is a fastball high. It's 1-0.
Black is also making his debut in the VBL here with the Cardinals.
We've had some roster changes here in the last couple days, including the Tom Sox. Root checks the runner, pitch on the way, and that's a nice off-speed pitch. And Black was way out in front of it, swings through it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Sabin the runner at first. We have 1 out. We're just underway, the top of the first inning at CHO Airport Field. And Root with a throw over, that one in the dirt, but dug out by Alex Boucher. O'Sabin back safely. Root's throw count to first base rivaling his pitch count at this point, Alex.
That's exactly right. Definitely keeping a close eye on O'Sabin over there at first.
And pitch is chopped foul over towards the Cardinals' dugout, third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count to Brody Black.
Would expect him to go back to the breaking ball. Has had a lot of command of that early so far and look to get strikeout number 2.
He comes set. Couple of looks at the runner, and there's the throw over. And O'Sabin back again, head first. It's pretty clear that Zach Root got the memo not to let Blaze O'Sabin have his way on the bases here early.
That's exactly right. Had to be circled right at the top of his game plan.
And O'Sabin's running with the pitch, which is taken high, and the throw down is not in time from Salvi Alvarez, and so O'Sabin steals second. It was a fastball high. Alvarez had to reach up to get it. Perfectly good throw, but O'Sabin had a healthy jump there, and he has stolen second base. He's there with 1 out, and a 2-2 count on Brody Black. The Cardinals with their first runner tonight in scoring position. And Zach Root's pitch on the way. Check swing, and it just got a piece of it. It's fouled third base side. And now you notice, Alex, the middle infield for the Tom Sox. Bryce Martinez at second base, Kyle Edwards at shortstop. Now they're paying attention to O'Sabin.
What also eliminates the double play threat, too, with one out in this inning. So a clutch stolen base for O'Sabin.
Martinez at second base, shading a little bit towards the bag, and he is, in fact, holding him close. Now he'll back up a little, and the 2-2 on the way hits him. So Brody Black takes one in the thigh and trots down to first base, and now the Cardinals here in the top of the first have runners at first and second with one out for the cleanup hitter, Brantley Willis, the DH.
It's a tough at-bat for Root there. Was in control the entire way and just lose the handle of a pitch, and it runs in too far and drills Black.
Willis out of Chipola. He's a Floridian. Big right-hand hitter. And now he's got two on with one out. Swings through a fastball on the outside edge. It's 0-1.
He's had a lot of success this year coming into tonight, hitting .273. Does have a home run and 9 RBIs.
Root comes set. Quick look back at second, and the pitch on the way is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Root ready. The 1-1 offering. Just missed downstairs with the fastball. And now a delayed steal as O'Sabin takes third, and the Tom Sox fell asleep there. He hesitated, never went back to the bag as the pitch was taken down for ball 2. And as soon as that ball was thrown back from Alvarez to Root, he was off to third base and in there comfortably. Brody Black stays at first, so now it's first and third with 1 out. And the 2-1 on the way, runner going and no throw as Brody Black steals second. So 3 stolen bases in the inning already. 2 by Blaze O'Sabin, 1 now by Brody Black. Cardinals with runners at second and third, 1 out, and a 2-2 count to the DH and cleanup hitter Brantley Willis. Now Root from the windup. Swings, and it's a fly ball center field. Going back on it is Sergio Rivera, and it's up against the wall. Rivera on 1 hop off the wall as O'Sabin scores. Being waved around, and the throw home and out at home is Brody Black. A nice relay there by the Tom Sox. Gets Brody Black cut down at home plate. An aggressive base running move there. I'll say aggressive with 1 out to send him, as opposed to holding Black at third base. But they do take the lead, the Front Royal Cardinals do, on what is a single. Surprisingly, perhaps, Willis held at first. Some I'll call it interesting base running there on a play that works well for the Cardinals. They score a run, take the lead. It's 1-0, but interesting that Black was waved home, thrown out by a couple of feet, and Brantley Willis, and he may have been hurt. That may have been while he held up at first base. He's being subbed out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he crushed that ball to the deepest part of the ballpark, and mentioned a lot of questionable base running first with Black. As soon as Kyle Edwards caught that ball, it was right when Black was rounding third base, and it took a perfect throw from Edwards to nail him at the plate, and it was successfully. And now Front Royal making a substitution, bringing in Jaden Anderson.
Anderson, the pinch runner at first, as the first pitch is a swinging strike to Nicholas Capozzi, the left fielder. Capozzi is hitting in the 5-hole here with 2 outs and a runner at first. 1-0 Front Royal. We're in the top of the first. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So while we were watching the action, as Willis's fly ball went to deep center field, he must have pulled up lame as he's been subbed out and never made it past first base. 0-2 on the way from Root is pulled foul down the third base line. Zach Root trying to get out of this inning without further damage. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Nicholas Capozzi to end the inning, but not before the Cardinals do some damage. In the top of the first, the Cardinals get a run on one hit, and there were no errors, one left. We will head for the bottom of the first inning at CHO Airport Field. Your score, Front Royal 1 and Charlottesville coming to bat. So the Charlottesville Tom Sox come to bat in the bottom of the first inning, trailing Front Royal 1-0. Leading it off for the Tom Sox is going to be the shortstop, Kyle Edwards, out of Old Dominion. He will face the lefty, Cole Schiff, for the Cardinals from UNC Asheville. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball away. It's 1-0 to Kyle Edwards. So the Cardinals made it interesting in the top of the first. Aggressive on the bases, got a run, have the lead, and now the Tom Sox look to respond. 1-0 pitch on the way. It's a fastball taken down the middle for strike one. Kyle Edwards, right-hand hitter, hitting .327 so far in the Valley League season. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball outside. It's 2-1. Cole Schiff working from the stretch for Front Royal. No windup here. He is working from the stretch, the lefty, and he's ready with the 2-1 on the way. Fastball high, 3-1.
Well, Alex, the last time that Kyle faced Front Royal, it was a career day for him. He set he set a new Tom Sock record with 6 RBIs in that game. Launched a home run, also notched a double. He was on fire that day.
3-1 on the way. Fly ball left field, down towards the line and deep, carrying and foul. That one hugged the line, drifting foul. The left fielder, Capozzi, gave it chase, but probably foul by 10, 15 feet, and the count is full, 3-2.
Edwards definitely gave it a ride, but
He
couldn't
did.
just keep it fair.
Schiff working deliberately. Now he's ready at the belt, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, in the air, center field. Blaze O'Saban is there to make the catch, and there's one away.
It's a good first out of the ballgame for Cole Schiff, and he's a guy that's had a lot of success so far this summer. This is his 5th start here tonight, coming into the game with a 3.26 ERA in just around 19 innings worked.
Bryce Martinez steps in for the Tom Sox, the second baseman out of Wofford. Right-hand hitter to face the lefty Schiff. Pitch, breaking ball, strike, 0-1. Martinez, 324 average, has been very steady for the Tom Sox on this Valley League season. Awaits the pitch, line drive, left field, that's going to drop. Base hit. Bryce Martinez lined a breaking ball in the left field right in front of Nicholas Capozzi, who played it on one hop. And the Tom Sox have their first hit and first base runner of the night.
It's a good shot there by Martinez, is just taking what the pitcher Schiff gave him and lining it right into left field. And looked like Capozzi could have made a play on that ball, but decided to play the conservative route, take it on a bounce, and just relay the ball in quickly.
Derek Williams, the DH, stands in. Swung on, first pitch swinging. Popped up on the right side. The second baseman, Papel, is there. He gloves it on the edge of the outfield grass, and there are 2 out. Back to first base goes Bryce Martinez. Nathan Fink will stand in now. The right fielder, local product, Ole Miss Rebel, and cleanup hitter tonight for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. And he looks at a fastball downstairs. It's 1-0. Martinez with 9 stolen bases as Fink swings through a breaking ball. It's 1-1. 9 stolen bases, not particularly lengthy on that lead initially. We'll see if now with 2 outs, if he thinks about getting a little more aggressive here. The 1-1 swung and chopped foul towards the third base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nathan Fink.
Martinez could just be staying closer to the bag with the lefty Schiff on the mound. 2 lefties here tonight. It's always tough to read their pickoff moves because they could go to the plate, they could try and pick you off. So Martinez just playing it conservative over there on first.
And now he's running on the 1-2, and it's chopped right side, but ranging to his left, making the play is Brady Papel, and over to first in plenty of time to retire Nathan Fink. So down go the Tom Sox in the bottom of the first. No runs on a hit. No errors. There was 1 left. We're through 1 at CHO Airport Field. Your score, Front Royal 1 and Charlottesville 0. It'll be 6-7-8 for the front row of Cardinals in the second inning. Drew Camp, the third baseman, will lead it off to be followed by Carter Ruff and Daniel Stevens. Facing the Tom Sox, Zach Root. 1-0 Cardinals as we begin the second inning. Root into the wind, and the pitch swung on. He took a strike. He took a little off that one. Root, as you mentioned, Alex, has had some pretty good command on the breaking pitches and off-speed stuff so far.
He's really done a nice job attacking early, getting those first pitch strikes. With the breaking pitch, a lot of hitters are attempting to swing on that first pitch fastball, but Root changing the eye levels and going with the breaking ball.
Next pitch is low and in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Drew Camp. Cardinals third baseman out of Longwood. He's from the Richmond area, South Chesterfield. Root ready with the 1-1. Swung on, left side in the hole. Gloved on the run by the Tom Sox and not in time. Wow, I didn't even, I'll be honest with you, Alex, I gave up on the play there, and a tremendous play by Kyle Edwards, even to get to the ball. The Tom Sox shortstop ranging far to his right, and an across-the-body throw that made it close.
Kyle Edwards is one of the top defenders, not only on this team, but in the VBL, and some of the plays that he makes, it honestly just wows you because you don't think that he has the range to get to the ball or the arm strength that he puts on it. He made that play a lot closer than it should have been.
Absolutely. And the pitch is in the dirt, gets past Alvarez to Carter Ruff. Moving up to second on the wild pitch is Drew Camp. That ball was perfectly placed, the infield hit by Drew Camp, perfectly placed between Henry Ford at third and Kyle Edwards at short. I was about to say, and it's through for a base hit. I actually gave up on the play. Edwards all of a sudden gloved it and threw across his body, and as you said, to even make it close was a tremendous play. The count's 1-0 here to Carter Ruff, the Cardinals' first baseman, with Drew Camp, the runner, at second. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, that was a much-needed hit for Drew Camp, too. He came into tonight really struggling at the dish, hitting just 179, and when you're really struggling at the plate, it's those infield hits, those balls that you can beat out that really help you improve your average and get you some confidence.
And another swing and a miss there by Carter Ruff on another off-speed pitch. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ruff, the Cardinals' first baseman, out of Gardner-Webb. He is a Georgia product. He's from Fayetteville, Georgia. .231 is his Valley League batting average thus far. Zach Root checks the runner. Pitch is on the way, and it's fly ball into right field. The outfielders converge, but the catch made by Nathan Fink, and alertly, quickly back into the infield with the throw to keep the base runner Drew Camp at second. First out of the inning is a fly ball to right field off the bat of Carter Ruff. Drew Camp holds at second, and the batter will be Daniel Stevens, the Cardinals shortstop. Stevens hitting .245 for Front Royal. Right-hand hitter facing the lefty, Zach Root. Pitch on the way. Fastball inside. 1-0. Root awaiting another sign. Now he's got what he likes, and he's at the belt. 1-0 on the way. Fastball just misses outside. It's 2-0. We're in the second inning in Charlottesville. It's Front Royal 1, Charlottesville nothing. As Daniel Stevens steps in to face a 2-0 from Zach Root. Breaking ball in there nicely for a strike. It's 2-1. Root showing the confidence to go to the breaking stuff when he's behind in the count. And again, he's had the command there, and he did on that pitch to get back in it here at 2-1. He's ready with the next one on the way, and it's cue-balled foul towards the first base side in the Tom Sox dugout. It's 2-2 to Daniel Stevens.
Well, interesting enough, you mentioned him going back to the breaking ball on 2-0, and the first two pitches that he threw were fastballs, and really just looked like Zach Root has not had the command of the fastball tonight, but his breaking pitch, he's getting swings and misses, and he's locating it within the strike zone, and that's all that you can ask for.
The 2-2 on the way. Swung on, ground ball, left side. The shortstop Edwards up with it. Throw low, but scooped by Alex Boucher, the Tom Sox first baseman, in time to retire Daniel Stevens. Scored 6-3 for the second out of the inning. The runner, Drew Camp, forced a hold at second. And this will bring up the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Brock Mercado. Mercado out of UNC Asheville, hometown of Ocean View, New Jersey. 227 hitter. 6 RBI on the field, and he's got an opportunity here as he looks at a strike down the middle, 0-1. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Well, hitting with runners in scoring position is always critical, and especially when you have a runner on second base with not even an out, you have to manage to move that runner over to third and eventually get him in and extend your lead, but looks like Front Royal hasn't really done that so far here tonight.
He fouls the second pitch away, out of play down the left field line. And quickly, Zach Root is ahead of the Cardinals' number 9 hitter, Mercado, 0-2. With 2 outs, Drew Camp, the runner at second. Root ready, at the belt, checks the runner, pitch on the way, is low and stopped in the dirt by Salvi Alvarez. I'm starting to think, Alex, that, and I'm not sure I'm out on a limb here, he's shaken off a lot of signs. He wants the breaking pitch when that's happening, I suspect.
Yeah, he went right back to the breaking pitch there, and it seems like Alvarez wants him to trust his fastball more, but Root has the command and has the feel of that breaking pitch, so why not go back to it if you're really feeling it?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way is another breaking ball, and that one drifts outside. Count evens at 2-2. First base is open here, but Royals will be turning the lineup over in the on-deck circle. It's the leadoff hitter, Blaze O'Sabin, who scored the only run of the game so far in the first inning. The 2-2, swung on, chopped left side. Third baseman Henry Ford backhands, throws across, and in time to retire Mercado on a slow hit ground ball to third. Ford waited on it almost a little too long. Played the backhand, threw across, and retires Mercado for the final out of inning number 2. So for the Royals, or the Cardinals rather, for the Cardinals in the top of the second, it's no runs on a hit. There were no errors, and there's 1 left. We'll head for the bottom of the second at CHO Airport Field. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Tom Sox 0. We're back for the bottom of the second inning at CHO Airport Field, and leading off for the Tom Sox will be the third baseman, Henry Ford. Henry, local product from here in Charlottesville, although he went to high school down at Baylor, down in Chattanooga, boarding. And he swings on the first pitch and skies a foul ball down the left field line and out of play.
That foul ball was brought to you by Greenwood Homes. And a reminder to fans, if you retrieve a foul ball,
he is facing Cole Schiff, the Cardinals pitcher in his second inning here, the lefty who works exclusively from the stretch, on the way with the 0-1, and that's a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be Henry Ford's 21st at-bat of the Valley League season. He's off to a strong start, hitting .400. Has a home run, 7 RBI, facing a 1-1 pitch here. And that's a fastball on the outer edge for strike 2.
Mentioned the hot start that Ford was on. He was really on fire to start off the season, but got hurt, fractured his thumb, and missed a good chunk of time, but made his return back to the Tom Sox lineup last night.
The 1-2, and that's fouled out of play to the right field line, slicing off into the jungle by the railroad tracks here at CHO Airport Field. Count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cole Schiff delivers, and that's a good take by Henry Ford. That's a fastball that just missed outside. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ford is extremely disciplined, especially for someone that hasn't even played at the collegiate level yet, going into his freshman year at Virginia.
And swings and right back at the mound on 1 hop. It's knocked down by Schiff. He retrieves it behind the mound, and a quick flip over to first base and plenty of time to retire Henry Ford. Score it 1-3 for the first out of the inning. Here's Alex Boucher, the Tom Sox third baseman, hitting in the 6th slot in the lineup tonight. Boucher steps in. 143 start for him with 21 at-bats, and a fastball is called strike 1 on the outside corner. Boucher out of Old Dominion, stayed home. He's from Norfolk, and takes a fastball upstairs, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boucher offers the Tom Sox a lot of versatility, can play all over the diamond, is getting the start tonight at first base, but can also play third, can also play short, so anytime you have a guy that can play a multitude of positions, definitely helps out.
Check swing, and the appeal, yes, they ruled he went around. Whoa. Interesting. I thought Boucher checked up in plenty of time. It counts 1 ball, 2 strikes, though. The curveball in the dirt, and he obviously couldn't hold it on the appeal to the first base umpire. 1-2 on the way, and he swings through another breaking ball. 4 strike 3, and Boucher strikes out for out number 2. Brady Gumpf steps in for the Tom Sox here. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish player, batting 7th tonight for Charlottesville, playing left field. Gumpf at 182, and he looks at a breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. And I love the Notre Dame guys with their shiny gold helmets. It screams out Notre Dame. And that's a breaking ball taken inside for 2-0.
Really does, and the Tom Sox have a trio of Notre Dame players, Brady Gumpf and Connor Hinks, the 2 hitters in the lineup. Hinks not getting the start tonight, and then Ryan Lynch out of the bullpen, but that shiny dome is definitely something to watch.
And that's a fastball downstairs. It's 3-0. Our first 3-0 count of the night from Cole Schiff. Comes with 2 outs in the second and no one aboard. You figure Gumpf's taking all the way here, and the 3-0 is a fastball outside. 4-pitch walk for Brady Gumpf puts him aboard and brings up the Tom Sox catcher, Salvi Alvarez.
Good plate. Sorry to cut you off there, Alex. Good plate discipline there by Gumpf. Schiff couldn't command the fastball and breaking pitch, and Gump just watched 4 pitches go by and looking to spark a 2-out rally here.
Salvi Alvarez getting another start for the Tom Sox behind the plate tonight. He's 3 for 12 early here in his Valley League career. As Gumpf takes a healthy lead off first base and a throw over from Schiff to hold him close. Gumpf back standing. We have 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and the Cardinals lead it 1-0. At the belt, swing and a foul straight back. It's 0-1 to Salvi Alvarez.
That foul ball brought to you by Carter Bank Trust.
Alvarez has just 3 hits on the season, but 2 of those going for extra base hits, and his first hit in a Tom Sock uniform is actually a triple and picked up an RBI double just 2 games ago. So flashing the power and limited plate appearances.
0-1 is a breaking ball down, and it's 1-1. Alvarez, the Florida Gator. He's from Miami. Spending his summer here in Charlottesville. Awaiting a 1-1 pitch. And he chops it foul up the first base side. That one actually glanced off his foot in the batter's box. He shakes it off. He's a catcher. It takes a lot more than that to shake up Salvi. He's had a lot worse, Alex, right?
A lot more wear and tear on that body for Salvi Alvarez. And while he didn't play at Florida this past season, just being a part of that magical run that they had all the way to deep into the college World Series and playoffs, it was something to watch and something to be special for him and the rest of his teammates.
Another throw over to keep Gumpf close. He's back standing. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alvarez. There are 2 outs. Brady Gumpf takes his lead from first, and Cole Schiff is at the belt. Pitch on the way. And that just missed upstairs. Fastball high for ball 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that was a disciplined take from Alvarez. That pitch looked pretty good.
Pitch looked like it was right down the middle, but Alvarez decided to lay off.
And there's a fastball outside. And now count runs full to 3-2, and Gumpf will be off with the pitch here with 2 outs in the inning. Gumpf takes his lead. Schiff comes set, long hold, and the 3-2 is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. That was a fastball on the outer edge. And Salvi Alvarez looks at a called strike 3 to retire the side. So for the Tom Sox in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 left. We're through 2 at CHO Airport Field. And our score, the Front Royal Cardinals 1 and the Charlottesville Tom Sox 0. Top of the order for Front Royal here in the top of the third inning in Charlottesville. It'll be Blaze O'Saban, the Cardinals center fielder, who has scored the only run of the game in the top of the first. Cardinals lead at 1-0. He stands in against Zach Root, the Tom Sox lefty, who's into the wind and the pitch. Fastball inside corner for strike one. O'Saban scored the only run in, I'll call it, interesting fashion in the first inning. He struck out, reached on a wild pitch, and he looks at called strike two. That time Root took something off it, and it was at the knees, 0-2. He struck out, but the ball was in the dirt. Salvi Alvarez's throw down to first base hit O'Saban, and he was safe. And now on the 0-2, he swings away into shallow center field, drifting over to his left into right center is Sergio Rivera. The Tom Sox center fielder gloves it, and there's one down in the third. O'Saban then proceeded to steal second and steal third, and then scored on the RBI single by Brantley Willis, the DH, who injured himself on the play and had to be substituted out of the game. So a little of this and a little of that for the Cardinals worked to their advantage in the first inning. Pitch on the way to Brody Papel is a called strike, fastball. Papel struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Root into the wind, check swing, and he went 0-2 on the appeal. And I always enjoy, Alex, the left-hand hitter and the appeal going to the first base umpire, who I got to say has next to no idea if he actually went around, and it was called a strike. And he swings through on the 0-2, threw a breaking ball from Zach Root, and he's down on 3 pitches. Brody Papel strikes out for the second time tonight, and up will come Brody Black, the Cardinals right fielder. He was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Number 4, Brody Black.
Just a little umpiring mechanics note there that I'm not sure about those appeals when they don't have a third base umpire in that situation. As Root paints the outside corner with a fastball, it's 0-1.
It has to be extremely tough for the first base umpire to see, and
how can he?
You can't. But you saw the reaction of Papel there. It looked extremely confused and in dismay on the strike call, and ended up punching out 1 strike later. But
fastball is a foul tip into the glove of the mid of Alvarez, and it's quickly 0-2 here. And Root with a chance for a really quick inning here. Into the wind, and the 0-2 is just downstairs with a fastball. It's 1-2.
Root's definitely gotten more sharp as the game has progressed. Struggle a little bit in that first inning, allowing a run, but bounced back in the second and has looked really solid here in the third.
The 1-2, ground ball up the middle. To his left a couple of steps is Edwards. He gloves and throws across the diamond to Boucher at first to retire the side. Brody Black goes down on the ground out, 6-3 to end the third inning for Front Royal. Nothing across for the Cardinals. We're through 2.5 at CHO Airport Field, and it's Front Royal 1, Charlottesville nothing. We'll head for the bottom of the third in Charlottesville. Tom Sox trailing Front Royal 1-0. And it's the number 9 hitter, Sergio Rivera, Charlottesville center fielder, to lead it off out of Florida Southwestern. Hitting .214 on the season, but that doesn't begin to tell the story on Sergio. He's got 17 stolen bases. So it's about getting on base however you can for the young man from Florida Southwestern. And he looks at a fastball down the middle for strike one. Because if he gets aboard, Alex, he can make it happen.
Yeah, you mentioned the 17 stolen bases, but another stat that jumps out to me is that he's drawn 11 walks. So he doesn't have to just reach on getting a base hit. He has a lot of discipline and uses that discipline to get on first and then motor around the bases.
Looks at a breaking ball in there for a called strike 2. So he's in an early hole here. In the on-deck circle, it'll be Kyle Edwards, the Tom Sox leadoff hitter, as the Tom Sox will turn the order over for the first time tonight. We're in the third. It's Front Royal 1 and Charlottesville nothing. Schiff ready, and he throws one in the dirt well outside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nightfall, I would say it's sunset, but with all the smoke, that's not really an option. Gloomy, hazy, gray, better adjectives. The 1-2 on the way. Slapped into right field, and that'll be a base hit. That'll get down as Rivera just went with the pitch, which was up a little, elevated, and he got the bat up there and slapped it into right field for a base hit.
Good job hitting with 2 strikes there. Shortened his approach at the plate, and just took where Schiff was going on the outside part of the plate and lined it into right field, and talked about the speed with Rivera. Now let's see. Charlottesville gets its leadoff hitter on. Let's see if they manage to steal a couple of bases or play some small ball.
And Kyle Edwards steps in. There's a fastball away for ball 1. And now, as the Tom Sox get their second hit of the night off of Cole Schiff, you do wonder if Rivera, and he's off with the pitch, taken for a strike. The throw down is in time, dug out nicely. I gotta say, the throw was downstairs, but Front Royal's second baseman, Brody Papel, did an excellent job of, first off, digging that throw, catching it cleanly, and slapping the tag on Sergio Rivera, who is cut down. Score at 2-4 on the caught stealing. There's 1 out now in the inning as Edwards looks at ball 2. And the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way, breaking ball upstairs. It's 3-1.
It was just the 3rd time all year that Rivera has been caught stealing. It took an impressive tag by Papel to make the play.
And there's a fastball on the outer edge for a called strike 2. Full count now to Kyle Edwards, who flew out to center field in his first at-bat tonight. Schiff ready. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on. Scooped into the gap in right center field, drifting back, and Brody Black makes the play in right field for the Cardinals. That ball kind of carried, but it's harmless out in the end as Edwards flies to right field. Off the bat, Alex, it didn't look like it had that much on it, and Black had to keep going in the gap in right center and makes the play.
It looked like a routine pop fly in a right field, but as you mentioned, Black just kept on going deeper and deeper into the gap, and potentially it could have fall, but fell right into his mitt.
Bryce Martinez stands in, looks at a fastball high and outside for ball 1. 2 down here for the Tom Sox in the bottom of the third. They trail 1-0. Martinez, the right-hand hitter, takes a fastball right down the middle, count even at a ball and a strike. So far tonight, the Cardinals have made the plays they've needed to make when they needed to make them. And they have the advantage here in the third inning. The 1-1 is a fastball down and away, 2-1. Martinez singled for the Tom Sox. First hit of the game in the bottom of the first. He's ready for a 2-1 now, and it's a breaking ball he swings through. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the on-deck circle is the Tom Sox designated hitter, Derek Williams, but that would require Bryce Martinez getting aboard here first to extend the inning. Schiff on the way with the 2-2, and it's fouled down the right field line and out of play.
Nice job by Martinez there, fouling off a tough pitch and staying alive to see another one.
Martinez with a slightly closed stance. You don't see that much of that anymore. And the 2-2, breaking ball laced into right field. It'll drop. Over towards the line is Black, the right fielder, on a couple of hops. He makes a nice play to cut it off down the right field line and hold Bryce Martinez to a 2-out single. Second hit of the inning for Charlottesville. This one off the bat of Martinez to right field. Brings up Derek Williams, the DH. A man on first with 2 out. Williams out of Florida Southwestern. He's a Missouri product. And he's ready now for a fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. Rivera led off this inning with a single, but he was cut down trying to steal. Edwards flied to right. Martinez has singled. And now he's off with the pitch, which is foul tip. And a healthy lead there by Bryce Martinez. He'll have to retreat to first base, though, as the ball was deflected off the catcher, Brock Mercado, for a foul ball, and it's 1-1.
Martinez does have 9 stolen bases on the year and does get a big jump, so it doesn't really shock me that he took off early into Williams' at-bat.
He had a healthy jump there. I think he might have had that one stolen. Short lead now. Now he extends it a little, and the 1-1 is inside. It hit him. Derek Williams takes one on the shoulder, just a kind of a glancing blow. He flinched, pulled backwards, but the pitch did hit him on the bicep maybe, or perhaps the lead shoulder. And so with 2 outs, the Tom Sox now, Martinez advancing to second. And for the first time tonight, the Tom Sox have a runner in scoring position. It comes with 2 out here in the third. And the batter will be Nathan Fink, the Tom Sox right fielder. He grounded out to second his first time up. Looks at a curveball on the outside corner. 0-1. Martinez, the runner at second. Williams, the runner at first. 2 outs in the inning. And the 0-1 on the way to Fink is a fastball up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The first baseman, Ruff, is playing behind Williams at first. The second baseman, Papel, is keeping a close watch on Martinez as he takes his lead at second, shading that way, now retreats, and the 1-1 is outside for ball 2.
This is a big spot for Fink here, and with Charlottesville in their last 3 games, offense has really been hard to come by, scoring just 5 runs in those contests. So anytime you have runners in scoring position, need to drive them home, and Fink with 2 outs here needs to continue this rally.
2-1 on the way. And it's grounded to the left side, gloved on the dive by the third baseman. The throw across the diamond is in time. And again, the Cardinals make the play they need to make, and this time to get out of the inning unscathed. That was a hard hit. I mean, Fink laced it down to the left of Drew Camp, the third baseman, who dove to his left. An outstanding play. Full out extension, gloved it, got up. The throw was high across the diamond to Carter Ruff. Ruff had to jump, extend to catch the ball, then come down on the bag. He did so just in time to retire Nathan Fink. And with that, the Tom Sox leave a couple of men aboard in the third inning. So for Charlottesville in the bottom of the third. It's no runs on a couple of hits. There were no errors. There are 2 left. We'll head for the fourth at CHO Airport Field, and it's Front Royal 1, Charlottesville nothing. We're back at CHO Airport Field. The Alexes tonight, Inman and Rocco, bringing you the action for Valley League Baseball, the Tom Sox and the Cardinals. And it's Jaden Anderson, the DH, to lead it off in the top of the fourth. He looks at a fastball high and away for ball 1. Anderson, on that interesting play in the first inning, he ended up pinch running for DH Brantley Willis, who drove in the only run of the game, ball 2 away. But on the base hit, where Willis drove in Blaze O'Saban for the only run of the game, Willis pulled up lame and had to be subbed out. Anderson came on to pinch run for him and has stayed in the game. He's batting cleanup and is the designated hitter. 2-0 is fouled straight back. It's 2-1. He's facing Zach Root, the Tom Sox pitcher, through 3 innings. Has given up a run on 2 hits. He stranded 2 runners for Front Royal. Has done a pretty solid job. And the 2-1 is a breaking ball taken down low for ball 3. Both pitchers have done well here, Alex. They've both Zach Root and Cole Schiff have made the pitches they've wanted to make effectively to get out of trouble. Swung on the 3-1 into the gap. Converging are the outfielders, and it's down for a base hit. That one just couldn't be gotten to by Sergio Rivera. He and Brady Kumpf were converging in left center field, but it's a base hit off the bat of Jaden Anderson. And that'll bring up Nicholas Capozzi, the left fielder, who struck out in the first.
Well, just going back to Anderson, he's one of the top hitters in this Cardinal lineup. Came into tonight hitting .319. Was a Valley League Baseball All-Star, so he does all the little things. Also has a lot of power, mashing 4 home runs.
First pitch is fouled over the first base dugout and out of play. Capozzi struck out in the first. Right-hand hitter. Gardner Webb product out of Columbus, North Carolina. Root at the belt and a fastball for strike 2. It's 0-2. Anderson with the leadoff single takes his lead. The lefty Root checks him, now throws the 0-2. Chop to the left side. Chance for a double play here. 5, 4, 3 in time. Henry Ford to Bryce Martinez to Alex Boucher is the double play ball turned by the Tom Sox for the twin killing. And quickly there are 2 outs in the top of the fourth.
Well, you mentioned Zach Root making the pitches that he needed to make, and right there is a perfect example of that, inducing the double play ball and quickly picking up 2 outs.
Couple of hops there to Henry Ford, who put a throw on the money to Martinez, and the easy turn for the second out on the throw to Alex Boucher. Stepping in here is Drew Camp, the third baseman. He swings through a fastball. It's 0-1. He singled in the second, advanced to second on a wild pitch, was stranded there. And root on the way, breaking ball. Another one to the left side to Henry Ford. Gloved across the diamond in plenty of time. And just like that, the Cardinals are retired in the top of the fourth. No runs on a hit, no errors, and none left. We'll head for the bottom of the fourth at CHO Airport Field, and the score remains Front Royal 1 and Charlottesville 0.
Henry Ford.
We are moving right along tonight in Charlottesville. The Tom Sox come to bat in the bottom of the fourth. 5, 6, 7 in the batting order for them. Henry Ford, the third baseman who just distinguished himself in the field in that last half inning, will lead it off here for the Tom Sox. Facing Cole Schiff, and the pitch on the way is swung on, ground ball to short. Up with it is Daniel Stevens, and across the diamond in time for out number 1. Ford, first pitch swinging, grounds to short, and that'll bring up Alex Boucher, the Tom Sox first baseman. Boucher struck out in the second. He'll be followed by Brady Gumpf, the left fielder. Pitch on the way. Fastball, called strike 1.
I don't think you could have a better start to the inning if you're Cole Schiff. First pitch swinging was forward and getting the easy ground out, and that's what you need to do in a game that's continuing to move along in a pitcher's duel. Just get those first pitch outs and keep the line moving.
Fastball downstairs, count even at a ball and a strike. Yeah, keeping that in a tight one like this, keeping that leadoff hitter off base takes on even greater importance. Again, Schiff working from the stretch, and a fastball is on the inside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alex Boucher. Batting from the right side. Breaking ball downstairs for ball 2. The appeal is denied. Turned into a nice night for baseball. Smoke notwithstanding here in Charlottesville. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball called strike 3. Well done by Cole Schiff there. Alex Boucher looks at it for out number 2, and that'll bring up the left fielder Brady Gumpf. Gumpf walked in the second and was left there as the Tom Sox trail in this one, 1-0. Friday night baseball in the Valley League, first responders night. Fastballs, called strike 1. All is good, Alex, when you got summertime baseball as long as you can handle the smoke in your eyes.
That's exactly right, and it's always a great feeling to have baseball back. I mean, it's what brings us together.
Breaking ball swung on, grounded to the left side. Third baseman Drew Camp up with it and across the way to first to retire Brady Gumpf and to retire the Tom Sox in the fourth. Nothing doing for the Tom Sox in the fourth. We're through 4 at CHO Airport Field. It's Front Royal 1 and the Tom Sox nothing. Carter Ruff will lead it off for the Front Royal Cardinals in the 5th inning. He is Front Royal's first baseman, flied out to right field in the second. He's 0 for 1. Facing Zach Root of the Tom Sox, who has allowed a run, and there he gets a fastball for a swinging strike on Ruff. It's no balls, 1 strike. The run came in the first. Root has scattered 3 hits, stranded 2. He has struck out 4. The 0-1 on the way. Swung in a chop foul tip off the chest protector or shin guards of Salvi Alvarez, and he's going to take a second here. You always like it when the home plate umpire, in this case Ben Robertson, gives the catcher a little extra time, walks out, has a chat with the pitcher, which suddenly out of nowhere is apparently needed. But obviously he's just giving Alvarez, the catcher, a little bit of time here. Any umpire understands what that feels like. Alvarez is ready to go. Count no balls, 2 strikes to Carter Ruff. Zach Root, the lefty out of East Carolina, has looked good tonight, but right now he's on the wrong end of a 1-0 score. 0-2 on the way. Swung on. Ground ball to the shortstop. Across the way with the throw is Kyle Edwards, and there's 1 down in the 5th. Another one of those choppy ground balls. Edwards took it on the second hop, charging all the way, and then the easy throw across the diamond to retire Ruff for the first out of inning number 5. Daniel Stevens is the Front Royal shortstop. He's the number 8 hitter, and he stands in here with 1 out in the 5th. Root's offering on the way is a fastball. Misses down for ball 1. Root into the wind and swung on. Fouled behind the plate. Alvarez is going to give it a look, but it's back up just over the fence, first base bleacher side, and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Daniel Stevens. He grounded to short in the second. Again, after that first inning, which had some peculiarities, but got Front Royal the only run of the game, Root has looked really good. And he's into the wind here, the 1-1. Ground ball, right side, Sliding to get it is the second baseman Martinez, but it goes under his glove, or under his leg perhaps, and into right field. And I'm guessing that'll be a base hit, as Martinez had a long way to run there to get to it in the first place. We'll wait the official score. I could see that going either way, but Martinez did have to cover ground just to get there.
He covered a long way and went into the slide, and ball just trickled underneath his leg. I mean, if I was scoring the game, I would make it a hit. It was a tough play for Martinez, but one that didn't go his way.
Stevens is aboard at first with one out. Brock Mercado is the batter, the Cardinals catcher and number 9 hitter, left-hand hitter here, facing the lefty Root. And a throw over, and Stevens is back sliding. One ball, no strikes to Mercado. And that's a fastball on the outside corner. 1-1 is the count with one out, and we're told that it will be scored a base hit for Daniel Stevens, who is the runner at first with one out, and now the quick snap throw. Root stepping off the rubber. He likes to vary his looks on the throws over to first base. I like that. He's got a number of different looks to hold runners close. On the way now with the 1-1, and that's a called strike on the outside corner with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brock Mercado.
Well, Stevens is definitely a runner that you have to keep an eye on. Has stolen 8 bases this year and has a lot of speed, and especially in just a one-run ball game, taking that extra base could be the difference.
Another snap throw, and he's back. One ball, 2 strikes. He's off with the pitch, taken inside. The throw down is in time. Gunned down at second by Salvi Alvarez. Is Daniel Stevens caught stealing for the second out. Wait a minute, I'll check that up here. Beg pardon, I thought he called him out. Why is the runner still at second? Did he not get the memo?
He definitely called him out, and there's a lot of confusion. Front row's managers right on the third baseline, and
we're going to wait here, as now we're going to have a discussion between manager and first base, or base umpire, I should say, James Love, the field umpire, who called Stevens out on the caught stealing at second base for the second out of the inning, we thought.
It was an impressive throw.
But it was. Alvarez got rid of it quick, and the tag was applied, but Stevens hasn't moved. Now he will, as whatever was being discussed, and I still don't know, field umpire James Love just let everybody know he was out, which we kind of already knew. But okay then. 2 outs in the inning. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count here to Brock Mercado. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball for call strike 3. Nicely done that time by Zach Root to get out of the 5th inning. And he has done his job effectively tonight for the Cardinals in the top of the 5th. No runs on a hit. There were no errors and none left. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th in Charlottesville, and the score, Front Royal 1 and the Tom Sox 0. Ready to go in the bottom of the fifth inning at CHO Airport Field, presented by Avello Airlines. Front Royal 1, Charlottesville nothing. And with the play-by-play call, here's Alex Rocco.
Thank you so much, and it's great having a fellow Alex on the call with you. And let's start up some baseball here. Salvi Alvarez leading things off for the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the fifth. The score still remains 1-0 as he watches a first pitch strike in there from the left-handed starter, Cole Schiff.
This begins our plan for world domination, Alex. We're taking over.
That's exactly right. Schiff working out of the stretch, his 0-1. Looked at for strike two, and Schiff painting the outside corner early here to Alvarez. Salvi tonight 0 for 1, struck out looking in the second. Looking to avoid his second strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch. This one bounces away from the catcher Mercado for a ball. Schiff gets a sign from Mercado. Now comes set. Deals the 1-2 pitch. Once again outside for a ball. Schiff working deep into the ballgame, giving the Cardinals a lot of length here tonight. The 2-2 to Alvarez, swing and a miss. Salvi Alvarez marks the first out of the inning. Now bringing up the ninth hole hitter, Sergio Rivera.
Number 14, Sergio Rivera.
Now it's Rivera digging into the right-hander's batter's box. He is 1 for 1 on the evening. Singled to lead off the bottom of the third, but was caught stealing. First pitch to him, that one outside for a ball. Rivera came into tonight's game hitting .214. The 1-0 offering, Rivera squares around a bunt, pulls back, that one in there for a strike, however. Schiff gets the sign, comes set. Now deals. Inside for a ball, count now moves to 2-1. The 2-1 to Rivera. Misses low once more, and Rivera now in the driver's seat up 3-1. Cole Schiff in his last start just went 3 2/3 innings against the River Bandits, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. The 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Rivera instantly took off out of the box, but gets called right back to face the full count pitch. Schiff comes set, deals the 3-2. This one chopped on the ground to the shortstop, Stevens. Makes the play on the bounce. The long throw over to first base in time for the second out of the inning, and Cole Schiff continuing his dominance on the mound here.
Number 4, your shortstop, Kyle Edwards.
Now we head to the top of the Tom Sox order with the leadoff hitter, Kyle Edwards. Edwards 0 for 2 on the evening. He couldn't hold up on the breaking ball as he's now down on the count 0-1. The 0-1 from Schiff to Edwards. That one misses just low. Now the count is even at 1 apiece. Big swing and a miss on the 1-1 to Edwards as he's now down on the count 1-2 here against Cole Shift in the bottom of the 5th inning. Front Royal still leads 1-0. The 1-2 offering here got him looking. The second strikeout of the inning for Cole Schiff ends the bottom of the 5th as we head to the top of the 6th with the Cardinals still leading 1-0. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. Front Royal still leads 1-0 here in the top of the 6th inning, and we quickly apologize for the outage up. We just had to cover the camera with the weather here, but Jordan Little, the new pitcher for the Tom Sox, as Zach Root's day is done. The first pitch from Little to the leadoff hitter, Blaze O'Sabin, misses high and in tight.
Little making its 3rd appearance. He's thrown 4 innings. No one has scratched him yet.
1-0 pitch. That one skied well out of play, right behind home plate.
9 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's how to do it.
He's been extremely impressive this year, and one thing that you're going to notice from Jordan Little is just the pure velocity that he has from his fastball, and to pair that with a beautiful breaking pitch is a lot of big things riding for him. As that 1-1 pitch nearly drills Blaze O'Sabin, but he bounces out of the way for a ball. So the final line for Zach Root, he went 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 earned run, didn't allow a walk, and struck out 5. was the longest start for him in a Tom Sock uniform, as this next offering is skied down the first base line. Giving chase is the first baseman, Alex Boucher, but that will end up foul.
That foul ball was brought to you by Greenwood Homes.
O'Sabin on the day, 0 for 2, does have a run scored as he scored the only run of this game, reaching on a drop third strike and a wild pitch in that wacky first inning, Alex. The 2-2 from Little. This one once again hit down the first base line. Giving chase is the right fielder, Nathan Fink. He will put this one away for the first out of the inning. Tracking it was a long way, was Nathan Fink.
For a 1-0 game that's into the 6th inning, we've had some stuff tonight, Alex. I mean, I'm still, if you were wondering why I was so quiet the last half inning, I think I was still mystified about what our conference was on the caught stealing 2 innings ago. You had an umpire call a guy out stealing at second, had run all the way back over to his position at first base, then had to have a conference to explain it to the manager. I still don't know what they were talking about.
There has been a lot of weird things in this game, but, that's baseball. You're never going to know what you're going to get. But 2-hole hitter Brady Papel watches the first pitch miss inside for a ball from Jordan Little. The 1-0 offering in there for a strike on the outside corner. It's Little's 3rd appearance on the season. In his first 2, worked 2 scoreless innings. Like you mentioned, 9 strikeouts in those 4 innings. Also has a save, and he gets Papel to expand his zone there, as now he's ahead in the count 1-2. Papel on the game has struck out swinging twice in the 1st and 3rd innings. The 1-2 offering skied down the third base line and well out of play. Papel came into tonight's contest hitting .214 in 15 games played. Does have 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. The Florida A&M product. The 1-2 offering from Little. Got him looking. Freezes him on the beautiful slider for the second out of the inning.
Gas, 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 Bender. I mean, and so well done. It was impressive. I mean, this is my first look at Little, and he brings it, and then he breaks one off like that.
Little has the ability to change speeds, as you just saw, can run it up to around 94, 95 miles an hour and work a beautiful off-speed pitch, and goes with the off-speed pitch, and that one hits the bat of Brody Black as he was ducking for self-defense there, but it's an unfortunate foul ball for Front Royal. Black 0 for 1 in his Cardinal debut, was hit by a pitch in the first, also stole second, and bounced out to Kyle Edwards at shortstop. Little working out of the windup. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Just misses the outside corner for a ball. Black attends Coppin State, and this past season hit .304, 3 home runs, 32 RBIs. The next pitch to him flared into the outfield, but caught by the second baseman, Bryce Martinez, for the 3rd and final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th with Front Royal still leading 1-0. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. After a 1-2-3 inning from Jordan Little in the top of the sixth, we head to the bottom of the sixth with the Tom Sox still trailing 1-0. I'm Alex Rocco, joined alongside by Alex Inman. Bryce Martinez set to lead things off as he flies this one down the first base line and out of play. Martinez tonight 2 for 2 with 2 singles, looking to make it 3 for 3 and look to ignite a Charlottesville rally here. Cole Schiff still out on the mound as the 0-1 pitch misses for a ball.
We talked about Zach Root. How about Cole Schiff? I mean, both these guys have done the job. Schiff is only allowed the 2 hits in the third inning, and Tom Sox didn't score.
The 1-1 pitch lined straight back into the fence behind home plate as Schiff now in the driver's seat, up 1-2 in the count.
He's stranded 4, and he's gotten stronger. His last 2 innings have been his best 2 innings.
Cole Schiff has been extremely impressive tonight in giving the Front Royal staff a lot of innings from their starter. The 1-2 offering misses low and outside for a ball. Schiff gets a sign from his catcher, Brock Mercado. Now comes set, the 2-2 to Martinez. This one lined and down for a base hit into left field, fielded by the left fielder, Capozzi, and Bryce Martinez is on with his 3rd single of the evening.
Number 3, Derek Williams.
4th hit of the night for the Tom Sox. I may have misspoken a moment ago, but 3 of them from Bryce Martinez. The other one came from Sergio Rivera, but Martinez is the only guy who's got him figured out, that's for sure.
Bryce Martinez really having an excellent game, and saw him take off for second, and this is exactly what he's doing, but we'll have to retreat back to first base as Derek Williams lines that right back into the fence behind home plate. And was just about to say, Martinez has a lot of wheels, has 9 stolen bases so far this season. Took off earlier for second, but had to be called back on a foul ball. Williams tonight 0 for 1, popped up and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 offering to him misses high for a ball. Schiff going with the breaking pitch, trying to change eye levels of Williams. Williams picked up his first RBI against Front Royal back on June 17th as this one chopped on the ground to the shortstop. Making the throw over to second was Stevens in time for the out. So Martinez retired for the first out of the inning. Williams reaches first.
There is action in the Front Royal bullpen, so you wonder how much more Schiff will go. Is this going to be it for him here in the 6th inning? He's been very efficient, very effective, very impressive.
Schiff has worked into the 5th inning just once, and that was in his first start back on June 6th against the Royals as he tossed 6 innings, allowed 3 earned, and gave up 5 hits. As we're going to get a pinch runner here for the Tom Sox as David Wiley is coming in for Derek Williams. Now digging in is the right fielder and right-handed hitting Nathan Fink. First pitch to him in there for a strike. Wiley offers Charlottesville a lot of speed on first base. Has swiped 5 bags, has only been caught once so far this season as Fink waves through an 0-1 fastball from Cole Schiff. Schiff peers in, gets a sign from Mercado. We'll take a look on Wiley now, deals the 0-2 pitch. This one chopped on the ground to the third baseman, Camp, but he bobbles it, makes a throw over to first base, but not in time to catch Nathan Fink. So a routine play bobbled there by the third baseman, Drew Camp, and that allows the Tom Sox to have runners on first and second with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Now it's Henry Ford digging in here. Ford grounded out twice tonight as he watches the first pitch sail into the left-handed hitting batter's box. We're going to get a conference on the mound between Mercado and Schiff. In a big spot here in this game with 2 runners on and just 1 out.
There was nothing out of the ordinary on that ground ball to Drew Camp down at third, who has been so steady-handed, had a spectacular diving play at third base earlier in the game. And to throw out a batter at first, and then that one just ate him up. That kind of came out of nowhere because he has been truly, truly on his game down at third tonight.
Sometimes it's those routine plays that eat you up. You take your eye off of it for a second, and it wasn't enough to get Fink at first base as now Henry Ford watches another pitch miss outside for a ball as he's in the driver's seat up 2-0. Ford was hitting .400 coming into tonight's game with a home run and 7 RBIs. Watches the 2-0 pitch right across home plate for a strike. Ford was the youngest player in Tom Sox history to hit a home run in his debut. That happened in Covington on June 2nd. The 2-1 pitch to Ford misses inside and low for a ball. He's up in the count 3-1 here. With offense coming at a premium here, having a runner in scoring position is massive here for the Tom Sox, but they need to capitalize it here. It's now the 3-1 offering. This one popped up near the Tom Sox dugout. That one will head out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Greenwood Homes.
Schiff now comes set. Deals the full count pitch to Ford. This one chopped right behind home plate, so he will live to see another pitch here. Wiley on second, Fink on first. Schiff deals the 3-2 pitch, misses in sight for a ball, and Henry Ford draws a walk to load the bases here for the first baseman, Alex Boucher. Now with the bases loaded, we will have a conference on the mound here and expect it to be the end of the night here for Cole Schiff, and that is exactly what it is as Front Royal heads to its bullpen with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th as they still have a 1-0 lead. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. bases loaded, Front Royal heads to its bullpen, calling upon the right-handed reliever Dallas Harefield, and he will face a pinch hitter in Aiden Teal. So some mind games going on between Lyndon Coleman and the Front Royal manager as Front Royal goes to the righty, and Coleman brings on the lefty Teal, who watches a first pitch, breaking pitch across for a strike. The 0-1 offering to Teal, swing and a miss. So he is quickly down on the count, 0-2.
And a pinch runner for the Tom Sox as well. That's Garrett Spikes, just added to the roster out of the University of Georgia. He is pinch running at second for Nathan Fink.
Harefield comes set with the bases loaded and just one out here in the bottom of the sixth as the Tom Sox still trail 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball right by him for a crucial second out of the inning. And Alex, for Harefield, that's exactly what you want. Come in with just one out and the bases loaded. Need to get that critical second out, and he gets it done.
Another pinch hitter here for the Tom Sox. This is going to be Connor Hinks, I believe, another Notre Dame product.
So it's the Notre Dame product, pinch hitting for the Notre Dame product as Connor Hinks pinch hits for Brady Gumpf. Coleman deploying two of his lefties off the bench in a big spot here. Yo from Harefield, that one misses in tight for a ball. Hinks on the season hitting .205 with 5 RBIs in 14 games played. Harefield comes set at the bump. Now deals the 1-0 pitch. That one line right back into the fence behind home plate. Dallas Harefield on the season. This is his 8th appearance. Has pitched in 14 2/3 innings. Has allowed 16 earned runs for a 9.82 ERA. However, has struck out 20 batters before tonight's contest. The 1-1 to Hinks. Looked at for strike two, and Harefield quickly ahead on the count 1-2 here. Charlottesville loaded the bases with just one out, and now it's in danger of not bringing across any runs as they still are down 1-0 here. Harefield comes set, checks the runner at third, now deals the 1-2 pitch, misses high and away for a ball. To Wiley on third base, Spikes on second, and Ford on first. The 2-2 pitch to Hinks. Lays off a tough breaking pitch and works the count full. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Runners will be on the move here on the pitch. This one skied down the third base line and out of play, so we'll do the full count pitch once more. Dallas Harefield looking to get out of an impossible jam here. Comes set. Now deals a 3-2 pitch to Hinks. Loses the handle of the breaking pitch, and Connor Hinks draws the RBI walk to even the score at 1 apiece. Coming in to score for the Tom Sox is the pinch runner, David Wiley.
Another pinch hitter coming for the Tom Sox here. This is going to be Chris Arroyo pinch hitting out of Florida. Big left-hand hitter. He's 6'2", 225, and he's going to step in for his Florida teammate, Salvi Alvarez. So still an opportunity here for the Tom Sox.
Arroyo, a two-way player here, hit .328 in his junior and senior season in high school as he watches the first pitch miss for a ball. Also making his Tom Sock debut and coming up in a crucial spot with the game tied up at 1-1 and the bases still juiced here. Harefield comes set the 1-0. Misses low and in tight for a ball. Arroyo up in the count 2-0. Spikes on third base, Ford on second, Hanks on first base. The 2-0 pitch to Arroyo. Once again, that can't find the zone from Harefield, and the pinch hitter Chris Arroyo now up 3-0. Arroyo most likely taking all the way here. The 3-0 pitch. Misses for a ball, and it's a second consecutive RBI walk for the Tom Sox, and they now have a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the sixth.
Sergio Rivera.
So now it's a 9-hole hitter, Sergio Rivera, digging in. Harefield comes set. The first pitch to Rivera, a looping breaking pitch that had Rivera ducking out of the way, but that one crosses home plate for a strike. Rivera 1 for 2 on the game, singled in the third inning, and grounded out in the fifth. The 0-1 pitch, this one popped up and out of play, and Rivera down on the count 0-2 here. Bases still loaded for Charlottesville. Ford on third, Hanks on second, and Arroyo on first. 0-2 is the count here to Sergio Rivera. Dallas Harefield looking to stop the damage at just 2 runs. The 0-2 pitch to Rivera, lined right at the second baseman, takes a bounce off of Popel, and he isn't able to get the speedy Rivera. Now coming home is Connor Hanks. They have him caught in a rundown between home and third, as Hanks still in, and he will get the tag slapped on him for the third out of the inning. But Charlottesville tacks on another run, so it's an RBI hit for Sergio Rivera as the Tom Sox lead 3-1 here. Just a wacky inning, but Charlottesville explodes for 3 runs as we head to the top of the 7th with the Tom Sox now leading 3-1. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. After a wild bottom of the sixth, the Charlottesville Tom Sox now have a 3-1 lead, and coming out for inning number 2 is the right-handed reliever Jordan Little, who begins the first at-bat with a breaking pitch strike.
Batting number 33, Jaden Anderson.
Jaden Anderson leading things off here for Front Royal. The 0-1 pitch to him. That one finds the strike zone. Little quickly up in the count 0-2.
If you want a recap of the bottom of the sixth, you're going to have to stick around a while because there's no easy way to do it. What an inning.
The 0-2 pitch to Anderson. Sorry there. Nearly drills him, but he ducks out of the way. The 1-2 pitch to Anderson, swing and a miss. Jordan Little blows the fastball by him for the first out of the inning. It's the second strikeout of the evening for Little. Now it's a left-handed or left fielder Nicholas Capozzi. Capozzi 0 for 2, struck out and bounced into a 5-4-3 double play in the fourth inning. First pitch to him, missed outside for a ball. There's also been a multitude of defensive changes for Charlottesville. Now catching for the Tom Sox is Calvin Alexander, as Little drills Capozzi there as he will take the stroll down to first base with a hit by pitch.
Bottom of the sixth for the Tom Sox, Alex. I mean, that was 3 runs on 1 hit, right? Two Front Royal errors. Tom Sox left 2 men on. You had 3 walks and a 4-2-5 putout at home plate.
It was a wacky inning as now the next pitch is hit to Drew Camp down the right field line, and making the catch for the second out of the inning is the newly inserted right fielder Garrett Spikes.
Spikes running that one down in his Tom Sox debut. Nicely done.
So Garrett Spikes taking over in right field, Calvin Alexander behind home plate, Connor Hinks taking over for Brady Gumpf in left field, and Hollis Porter taking over for the pinch hitter Aiden Teal at first base, who came in for Alex Boucher. Now it's Drew Camp as he waves through the first pitch, breaking ball from Jordan Little.
I think if you're Front Royal, the part that hurts the most is if you're Cole Schiff in that Front Royal dugout. He pitched brilliantly tonight, and then it came off the rails there in the 6th inning.
Now the pitch to Ruff, and that one's in the dirt. Capozzi taking off for second. He will make it standing without a throw. Schiff's final line, he went 5 1/3, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, none of which were earned, walked 2, struck out 5, and he was pitching lights out leading up to that disastrous 6th inning, but his defense didn't have his back as this next pitch lined down the first base line and well out of play.
He was pulled after 4 batters there in the bottom of the 6th. He allowed the leadoff single. Then there was an error, and he did allow the walk, then was pulled for Aiden Teal, the pinch hitter.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Jordan Little bringing the heat for his second strikeout of the inning and 3rd of the ball game as the Tom Sox strand a runner on second as we head to the bottom of the 7th with Charlottesville still leading 3-1. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. Kyle Edwards set to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th after a wild and wacky bottom of the 6th that saw the Tom Sox plate 3 runners on just 1 hit. Front Royal committed 2 errors in that inning, and still pitching for the Cardinals is Dallas Harefield. His first pitch flied out of play down the first base line. Kyle Edwards has a 0 for 3 night tonight, has flied out twice and also struck out looking. A rare 0 for 3 night for him, coming into tonight hitting around .330. The 0-1 pitch from Harefield lined straight back off the catcher's mask and foul. Edwards, the last time he played against the Cardinals, went 3 for 4, had 6 RBIs, also stole 3 bases. That came back on June 17th in Front Royal. The 0-2 pitch from Harefield, swing and a miss. Dallas Harefield gets Kyle Edwards to expand the zone for the first out of the bottom of the 7th.
Number 31, the second baseman, Bryce Martinez.
Now it's Bryce Martinez digging in. Martinez a perfect 3 for 3 with 3 singles here tonight. Harefield working out of the stretch, deals the 0-0 pitch. That one fouled away from Martinez.
That foul ball brought to you by Greenwood Homes.
Martinez attends Wofford College. Hit .352 with 45 RBIs in his collegiate season. Harefield comes set, deals the 0-1 pitch, just missing the outside corner. The count is now even at 1-1. Harefield comes set at the bump. Now deals a 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball that's chopped on the ground to the shortstop, Daniel Stevens. The throw over to first base in time for the out. That ball was scooped up by the first baseman, Ruff, for the second out of the inning.
Number 19, David Wiley.
Now it's David Wiley making his first plate appearance today. Pinch ran for Derek Williams just 1 inning ago, who reached on a fielder's choice. Wiley hitting .226 so far through 11 games. So he watches the first pitch catch the strike zone. Harefield starting him off with a breaking ball. Wiley also had success at Front Royal, went 3 for 4 with 2 runs in that contest. This time fishing out of the zone, chasing a breaking ball as he's quickly down on the count 0-2 with 2 outs here in the inning. Harefield looking to set down the Tom Sox lineup 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th, is 1 pitch away from doing so. The 0-2 to Wiley, misses outside for a ball, blocked by the catcher Mercado. Harefield comes set, gets a sign from the catcher Mercado. Now deals the 1-2 pitch. Got him looking. Dallas Harefield paints the inside corner for strike 3 as the Tom Sox are set down 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th with Charlottesville still leading 3-1. Stay tuned for an exciting finish here on Tom Sox TV. Jordan Little out for inning number 3 here at CHO Airport Field with the Tom Sox leading 3-1. Now it's the shortstop and 8-hole hitter Daniel Stevens digging in. Stevens 1 for 2 on the night as Little starts him out with a breaking ball that was looked at for strike 1. Jordan Little so far, 2 innings pitched, hasn't allowed a hit or walk or struck out 3 so far as he blows a pitch right by Stevens. Sees it quickly up in the count 0-2. In both of Little's 2 appearances, he only pitched 2 innings, now in uncharted territory, out for his 3rd inning of work. He get a time on the play. Stevens steps out of the box. Once again, Stevens steps out. Little now will toe the rubber and get set for the 0-2 pitch. Little gets a sign from the newly inserted Calvin Alexander as this one lined down the first base line and into the Tom Sox dugout. Well, the Tom Sox nearly made a grab on that play, but couldn't barehand that foul ball from Stevens. Stevens coming into tonight hitting .245 in 14 games played, has 5 RBIs, 3 extra base hits, 2 of which being doubles. So this one lined deep into left field, charging in is the left fielder Connor Hinks, dives, and he makes the catch. Connor Hinks going full extension out in left field and robbing Daniel Stevens of a single here to start off the top of the 8th. Connor Hinks had to travel a long way to track that ball down, but went full extension, Superman-esque, making that grab out in left field. To avoid putting on the leadoff hitter, Daniel Stevens. Now digging in is the 9-hitter and catcher, Brock Mercado, who skies that down the third base line and out of play. Mercado tonight 0 for 2, grounded out to the third baseman Henry Ford and struck out looking in the 5th. Sees quickly now down on the count 0-2. Jordan Little continues to paint his fastballs on the outside portion of the plate. Little working out of the windup. Now deals the 0-2 pitch. Chopped it right in front of home plate. Calvin Alexander fields, fires, and makes the play in time for the second out of the inning to retire Brock Mercado. We head back to the top of the order with Blaze O'Sabin set to dig in. O'Sabin 0 for 3 on the night, reached on a drop third strike, which was the first run of the game. This one chopped to the ground to the shortstop, Kyle Edwards. Tried to field it with his glove. That one just eats him up, and that should be ruled an error. So O'Sabin reaches for the second time tonight, and Front Royal will look to work with some 2-out magic. Now it's Brady Popel digging in. Has the hat trick tonight, struck out 3 times, 2 of which were swinging. Popel looks to lay down a bunt, pulls back that one in there for a strike, however. Last play was Kyle Edwards' 4th error on the campaign. Little looking to work out of the jam. This one chopped right back to Edwards at short. This time he fields it, fires in time for the 3rd out of the inning. Kyle Edwards makes up for his error, and this time sets down Brady Popel for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Tom Sox still up 3-1. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV. Cameron Douglas is the new pitcher for Front Royal to begin the bottom of the 8th. Douglas making his first appearance on the mound, but is known for his pop in the lineup, hitting .321 with a home run and 4 RBIs. But let's see what he can do on the mound facing Garrett Spikes. Spikes making quick work here, lining that into left field. Putting it away is the left fielder Nicholas Capozzi. So it is a loud first pitch, first out for Cameron Douglas to open up the bottom of the 8th. Henry Ford set to dig in for the Tom Sox. Ford watches the first pitch. Miss for a ball. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out twice. Walked in his last at bat, and now the count is even at 1-1. Douglas working fast here is the 1-1 pitch. Can't find the outside part of the plate. Ford now up in the count 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Ford. This one chopped on the ground to the third baseman, Camp. Moving in, making the throw over to first base in time for the second out of the inning. And just like that, Spikes and Ford quickly retired here by Cameron Douglas. Now it's Hollis Porter set for his first at-bat tonight. Came in for Aiden Teal, who pinched hit for Alex Boucher just a few innings ago, as Porter watches the first pitch, miss outside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, that one finds the strike zone. The count now even at 1-1. Porter so far this season hitting .226 with 3 RBIs. Fouls this one out of play down the third base line, and Douglas up in the count 1-2 here with 2 outs. Douglas really working fast on the mound. The Georgia State product. 1-2 pitch, got him looking. Hollis Porter disagrees with the call, but Cameron Douglas works a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th with the Sox still leading 3-1. Stay tuned for an exciting finish here in Charlottesville. Tom Sox are just 3 outs away from picking up a massive win and what would be win number 11 on the season, but standing in their way, the 3-4-5 hitters for the Front Royal Cardinals, and starting things off is Brody Black. Jordan Little out for inning number 4 of relief as he goes with the off-speed pitch to begin the at-bat against Black. Black 0 for 2 on the night, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Also stole a base. The 0-1, that one lined right back behind home plate, and Little up in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch just misses from Jordan Little. Tried to get the call on the high and inside corner, but to no avail. The 1-2 from Little. This one skied out of play, so Brody Black will live to see another pitch. The 1-2 pitch from Little. That one hits the bat of Black, so it'll be another foul ball and an unfortunate sequence of events for Front Royal as that pitch nearly drilled Black, but he'll still be at bat. Black now steps back into the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch from Little as the bat flies out of his hand. Bat actually went further than the ball in that last play as the ball was chopped right back behind home plate. So Brody Black will get a new bat here.
Defensive changes, I think we've got them right, Alex. David Wiley in right field now. Connor Hinks at first base. Spikes is in left. You may have had that all straight. I didn't. David Argo and the crack team of interns here setting us straight, as they do all season long.
Not sure where we would be without David Argo, all of his stats and information. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Jordan Little, pure domination on the mound as he sets down Brody Black for the first out of the inning.
I knew David Argo when he was just a young man in the inaugural season of the Tom Sox back in 2015, and then he pretty much took over the club from there, right?
That's exactly right, as we have the cleanup hitter, Jaden Anderson. He takes a big hack on the 0-0 pitch from Jordan Little. Comes up with nothing but air as he's down on the count 0-1. Anderson tonight singled and struck out as he watches the next pitch from Little miss the strike zone for a ball.
If by chance there's somebody out there watching or listening who works for a major league team, Argo's a year away from graduating. When he's done, hire the man, okay? You won't regret it.
The 1-1 from Little to Anderson misses low for a ball, but that's exactly right. David Argo does everything for us here for the Tom Sox. All the video production helps us out, the broadcast team. Anything you could think of, David Argo has done it and will end up doing it. The 2-1 pitch blown right past Anderson. The count now even at 2-2.
On a night like this, his greatest value may be being able to make out who is warming up in the bullpens down either foul line.
The 2-2 from Little to Anderson, that one sky down the first base line and well out of play. Whether it's people warming up in the bullpen or the 8 million defensive changes we've had in this game, Dargo has helped us out with all of it. Little gets a sign from Calvin Alexander. Now the 2-2 pitch, that one lined into left field, and that one will be caught by the left fielder, Garrett Spikes. A little bit of a hesitation from the umpires there as Spikes just got his glove underneath it for the second out of the inning.
Well, in fairness to the umpires, when you're working a two-man crew and you've got a sinking liner in left field and the home plate umpire has to make that call, you hope he gets it right. I think he did there, but not an easy one for the men in blue.
Front Royal down to its last out here, and it's Nicholas Capozzi digging in. Little starts him off with a breaking ball that can't find the outside part of the plate as he's up in the count 1-0. Capozzi tonight 0 for 2, struck out, bounced into a double play, and was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat in the 7th inning. The 1-0 pitch to him, line down the right field line and out of play. So longest appearance for Jordan Little so far as a Tom Sock. Now into inning number 4, just his 3rd appearance so far. 1-1 pitch. This one chopped on the ground and threw into left field as Nicholas Capozzi keeps this game alive with a 2-out single. Now it's the third baseman, Drew Camp, stepping in, looking to build on the 2-out single from Capozzi.
Tying run to the plate.
Craziest stat that I've seen was that was the first hit that Jordan Little has allowed this season. That was in his 8th inning of work. He has really been masterful in just the first runner he's allowed this season so far. Been pure dominance. Can't locate the first pitch as that one bounced in the dirt. Now the 1-0 to Camp. That one right down Main Street in there for a strike.
It was also Front Royal's first hit since the 5th inning. Daniel Stevens had a 1-out single in the 5th. Since then, Tom Sox have shut him down.
1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and Drew Camp and the Front Royal Cardinals down to their final strike here tonight. As the fans get loud here in Charlottesville, Jordan Little looking to capture the 3-1 victory for the Tom Sox. The 1-2 offering, chopped on the ground to the shortstop, Edwards moving in. His throw scooped out by the first baseman, Connor Hanks, in time for the third and final out of the ball game. The Charlottesville Tom Sox capture a 3-1 victory and now move to 11-7 on the season.
To all the fans, thank you so much for coming out to CHO Airport Field on First Responders Night.
Was a wild and wacky game here at CHO Airport Field, one that saw just 2 scoring innings as Front Royal only scored 1 run in tonight's contest. That came in the first inning, but it was an offensive explosion for Charlottesville in that 6th inning that only had just 1 hit. As the pitching was truly masterful tonight. And just taking a look for the Tom Sox, Zach Root was the starter of tonight's ball game. He went 5 innings, allowed just 4 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 5. And coming in to finish and save the game was Jordan Little, who pitched 4 innings, allowed just 1 hit, didn't allow a walk, and struck out 4. So Charlottesville's pitching really stood out in this game here tonight, Alex.
It did. And to be clear, we talked earlier, so did Cole Schiff for Front Royal, who pitched a fine game into the 6th inning before it unraveled on him. But, you know, for the Tom Sox pitchers to allow the 1 run in the first inning, the Front Royal run was their first batter of the game, Blazo Sabin, who struck out and reached on the wild pitch. And actually, I keep saying he reached on the wild pitch. That may have been a throwing error on the catcher, if I'm correct. But in any event, that was their one and only run of the game, was the first guy who came to the plate all night. After that, I mean, Tom Sox, 1 run, scattering 5 hits. They stranded 5 Front Royal batters. And it was just good. Root and Little, consistent, steady, pounding the zone, getting ahead of batters. Root had command early on the breaking stuff. Little brings the gas and then snaps off some crazy off-speed stuff. Just really, really good pitching.
And that's the way that the Charlottesville Tom Sox team has really done it. They won last night 3-2. Tonight, 3-1 victors, and offensively they had just 5 hits, but 3 of which came from Bryce Martinez, Sergio Rivera, and Derek Williams. The other 2 players that tallied hits, but Charlottesville now improves to 11-7 on the season. Front Royal drops to 11-11, and the Tom Sox will be back in action tomorrow on the road in Covington. And Alex, before we sign off, what do the Tom Sox need to do to continue building on some momentum and make this 2-game win streak expand even more?
I think it starts with the starting pitching. When you have a starter go out to the mound like Zach Root did, who, yes, gave up a run in the first and then settled down and did his job, that'll give you a chance in just about any game, right? And the offense hasn't been there. We talked about it, but when you have starting pitching like that can get you into the, say, 5th or 6th inning, and you're going to be in most ball games.
So that'll do it for our coverage here in Charlottesville. For my broadcast partner, Alex Inman, I'm Alex Rocco signing off for tonight. The Charlottesville Tom Sox defeat the Front Royal Cardinals by the score of 3-1. Thank you so much for spending part of your Friday night with us, and have a great rest of your